What is up?
Yo, dog.
Happy 15th of September 2024.
It was going fast, eh?
You don't get to celebrate this day again because tomorrow it's gone. So you better make the most of this one.
Yes, because it is a present.
It's the one, it's the
It's a
present.
gift.
Yes. Anyway, we got 2 new followers on our YouTube. Hello. And we got 4 comments. Thank you. So continue what we're doing. No, seriously, cool. It's cool if people are watching. That is cool. If people aren't watching, that's cool too, because we still got to do it.
Correct.
Anyway, day 20.
Day 20.
Tomorrow is the first cycle of 21 days.
Yeah.
If you want to give up smoking, everybody's like, oh, 21 days. So we've been doing this for 21 days non-stop. It's supposed to be a habit now. But like I said, it's actually 4 cycles of 21 days, but that's the first cycle done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Epic.
Didn't feel like much effort.
No, it was no effort at all. We learned a little bit about the Bible. We learned a lot about ourselves. It's really worth it. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. 1
I
Corinthians.
haven't read this, hey?
Hey?
I haven't read this
Oh,
verse.
cool. 1 Corinthians 2, verse 14 and 16. We'll put it in the description. 1 Corinthians 2, verse 14 and 16 is the longest one we've ever had. So let's see what it's about.
Let's slow down, speak slower.
Sorry. Someone living at the merely human level doesn't accept the things of God's Spirit. They are foolishness to such people, you see? And they can't understand them because they need to be discerned spiritually. But spiritual people discern everything, while nobody else can discern the truth about them. For who has known the mind of the Lord so as to instruct him? But we have the mind of the Messiah. We have the Christ consciousness inside us. You know, like I said, we must just practice. We must work at it. I'll read it again. Someone living at the merely human level doesn't accept the things of God's Spirit. They are foolishness to such people. You see? And they can't understand them because they need to be discerned spiritually. So you need to be a little bit spiritual to know what's going on. But spiritual people discern everything while nobody else can discern the truth about them. For who has known the mind of the Lord so as to instruct him? But we have the mind of the Messiah. 1 Corinthians 2, verse 14 to 16. Brainy tip. What we listen to and think about changes the structure of our brains. We have all faced moments when following the way of Jesus seemed foolish. I have. It's dumb. People tell me, some of my friends tell me, you're dumb, you're foolish, you're unintelligent, it's the stupidest thing on earth to do. We get it every day on social media. We get it everywhere. You're dumb, you are believing in fairy tales.
But it's weird how it's with Christianity, like even that reel that you
Oh,
showed
yeah,
the other
yeah,
day,
yeah.
like, oh yeah, Buddha's the way, or like,
Yeah, people can go,
and it's
Allah
like,
be with
Jesus.
you, Jesus, but
No,
don't
no,
mention
no,
Jesus.
no.
Anyway, I mean, loving your enemies, turning the other cheek, forgiving the people who hurt us, or those we love. We want to make people pay. It makes more sense than letting them get away with it, right? It's about justice, right? Repaying evil in kind. However, repaying evil in kind, however, never really works out in the end. It can spiral out of control as each person attacks the other and can continue on for years and even decades. Justice and violence are not interchangeable terms. We can fight fire with fire, as the saying goes, but we do run the risk of getting burned. In fact, bitterness and uncontrolled anger can hurt as much as they hurt the person who are trying to get even with. Loving those who are hard to love may sound ridiculous, but if we want to see a different kind of world, one where love, mercy, compassion, humility, and grace run the show, then perhaps reacting in a more loving way makes sense. Perhaps instead of sending in the tanks, we can send in the meek, the humble, and the peacemakers and see a different, surprisingly wonderful result. Now, wouldn't that be something? Yeah. So basically what it comes down to me, it's a big piece, right? It comes down to hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. If you're South African, you know what I'm talking about. It just goes like, it's saying someone living at the merely human level doesn't accept the things of God's Spirit, right? So the small idiosyncrasies, the small, what's the word you always use? You know, when something you did happens the next day, or something you were thinking about happens.
Coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence. Like, how many coincidences start to happen? And I mean, you know, if we want to take one step away from actual Christianity, and you just want to go to the psychology of taking action in your own life,
Filtering out the bad
stuff, being aware, planning, being conscious, doing some reflection in the morning when you wake up, or doing some reading upon waking, doing reflection before going to bed, all those psychological things that's really good for you are just good, right? So that already gives you that piece of, I know a little bit more about this life. I kind of know how to control the chaos around me. So I know how to conduct myself amidst the chaos. That sounds nice. Yeah, I know how to conduct myself amidst all the chaos that's around us on social media. And if we then go back to tying that all in with religion, that just means you know how to act as a Christian. You know how to act, how to see, how to pay attention, what to avoid, what to engage in, who to help, who not to help. You know, all these little questions that we've had have been answered a lot in the last 21 days. I think that's what I'm getting at. And then I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that we are righteous. I believe I'm righteous right here where I'm sat because of God's grace, but I'm not. I don't think I'm, or we are good enough to go, oh, self-righteous. We know exactly what God's plan is and all these things. And I've got the answer for everybody.
No.
Like, imagine 8 billion people are looking through that. I don't have the
We
answer.
only just feel certain that we have the answer for us. So
Yeah, I've got, yes, amazing. I am certain I've got the answer for myself.
Yes. It works for us, and we would recommend it to others.
And I would recommend it. Yeah.
Of what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're praying, we are reading the Bible, we are accepting Jesus Christ as our Savior.
Yeah.
It works for us, and we highly recommend it. If you're feeling like you're going through depression or something of bad substance, we recommend that you accept Jesus Christ into your heart, kind of thing, because it really does work.
Yeah. I mean, that's as far as it goes. That's literally it, right? It's what we listen to, think about changes the structure of our brain. So how we act, what we do, and that's what that whole sentence can be written as hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. And that's not a mean thing.
No,
and you know that hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. That's not a one-person thing.
No.
It's
Ubuntu.
It's like Ubuntu.
It's Ubuntu.
How's all these things just tying together?
Yeah.
So hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie means you don't know what us as a whole, as South Africans know. And then Ubuntu means I am because we are.
Yeah.
So it means I am because we as Christians on earth are. I get to read this, I get to do these things because of we, but then the big I am is God. So we all get to be because of Him. So, you know, it is wonderful, and like I mentioned about the studying, how much similarity there is between good psychological practices and just good old-fashioned Bible practices.
Yeah, I am who I am now because of God. And no, it's can't say anything much other than that.
That's lovely. I don't have more to say about that. That's it. That's what 1 Corinthians 2 verse 14 and 16 means to me. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. In terms of, if you don't sit with the Bible 2 verses a day, every day, if you don't sit in prayer once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, how many other times you need it, if you don't consciously filter what you take in, if you don't filter your thoughts, how you speak to others, your close relationships, you're a bit further, if you don't do those things, you don't get to know. But as soon as you do those things, you're part of the club. You know as well. You are part of it. It's not an exclusive club. We're all welcome in it. Everybody gets to go.
Make heaven crowded.
Yeah, make heaven crowded. Yeah, see that. Everybody gets to go. Everybody gets to feel comfortable peaceful. And like I so many times said, and I hope people are watching, worst case scenario, we're wrong. Worst case scenario, I don't think I am. Worst case scenario, I am wrong. But I lived a life full of peace. I lived a life better than the life I used to live without worshiping God, without trying to walk in the image of Jesus Christ. Anyways, our delivery driver is here. I'm going to have to pause right there. And we're back. Sorry for that interruption.
Where were we?
To the millions of you. No, cool. I think we're kind of done. En weet nie wat ons weet nie. You get to enter the club. Just Ubuntu. I am because we are. I am because we are. I am because we are bigger, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But we all have to take part. You have to take part. It doesn't just happen. You don't just get it.
Well, like we are all the same. We are all equal.
Yeah, we're equals, and we have to get.
There's only one way to get in there, and we all know the way.
It's born into us. We all know. We all know.
God-given.
You strive. We all know you strive for betterment. You all strive for this higher thing. You know it. It's there, and
Yes, it's planted within you.
it's planted. Yeah, there.
I'm exalted in the earth, exalted among the nations.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's planted. So put away everything. Everything that is sorted. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Anyway, I'm going to write that. That's it for tonight. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie, and you get to be part of this with your own family, with your own loved ones, with your own friends. You don't have to be part of ours exactly, but we are then part of it all together, even indirectly, even if we never ever speak, ever. We're all part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. International Ubuntu. This one. Which one? Which end? Does it still hurt?
No, it's healed.